News coming in from the United States. The killer driver who rammed his car in New Orleans, which led to the death of 15 people and injuring 30 people, has been identified as an Army veteran from Texas. The 42-year-old Shahzuddin Jabbar was the attacker. The image that you see on your screens are of the attacker. The Army veteran had served in Afghanistan. There were ISIS flags, weapons that were recovered from his SUV. Now, this was the killer SUV. The Army veteran rammed the car into a very crowded streets in New Orleans as people were celebrating New Year's. Now, after he rammed into the crowd, then he stepped out of the vehicle and started firing. As a result, close to 15 people have lost their lives at the moment. Almost 30 people are still injured and have been hospitalized. The killer driver has now been identified as an Army veteran from Texas who served in Afghanistan. There were ISIS flags, weapons that have been recovered from his SUV. Multiple IEDs were also found in his SUV. This is the latest that is coming in with regards to the person who rammed his car. Lenka White is still with me from the United States of America. Lenka, you know what is very troubling is the fact that this man was an Army veteran and had served in Afghanistan.
Definitely. It's been in the American news here all over again that he actually was an American citizen who also served in the army, and after that at some point he converted to ISIS. So that's one of the biggest questions what the FBI is now trying to find out. What happened with this man? Why did this happen? Is this his real name? And who sort of made him to do that, or who convinced him? So they are now going through all of his social media, everybody who knows him, and could give them some new information on this person. Also, the name is of Arabic origin, so that's one of the links they're looking at. It's very troubling, and President Joe Biden pointed out he's an American citizen. It's not because we have an open border, but of course it's not that easy, and this still remains to be seen. Interesting part is also that the cars, both in Los Angeles and the one in New Orleans, they were both rented through the same application, so-called Turo. So that's not very common application. It's like Airbnb for accommodation, but still not that many people use it here in the United States. So that's an interesting fact. But definitely the New Orleans event is very tragic. We should also remember that there was supposed to be a huge football game this evening in New Orleans, which was actually postponed to tomorrow. And New Orleans is also supposed to host the biggest event of the American states, so-called Super Bowl, which is on February 9th. So all eyes are now on New Orleans and how they are going to cope with that. Last thing I would like to point out is that President Donald Trump is going to be sworn in 19 days, and there are many questions with regard to that, because this is going to need a really good security system. And we just saw that Elon Musk's car blew up in front of the Trump's hotel. So someone seems to be quite upset with the current president, and it's very scary what is happening.
Right, you know, you pointed out important details of Donald Trump all set to sworn in 19 days. And you also said that, you know, maybe someone is trying to send out a message blowing up Elon Musk's Tesla Cybertruck. Please stay with me. Lenka White joining me from the United States of America.